for record. Yeah. Yes, let's start class. This is part 2, where we have already learned introduction part and little bit continuation, and we'll go ahead. In this part, first we will be understanding the meaning of collinear and non-collinear points. Collinear and non-collinear points. See, very simple. The points normally lie on a line, or points form a line. You know, if I take any 2 points on a plane, I can definitely draw one line passing through that 2 distinct points. But if I take any two, if I take 2 points, they will definitely lie on a one line. If I have only 2 points given, I can say that they lie on one line. Suppose if I have more than 2 points, that means minimum how many points? Minimum 3 points.
3, sir.
If I have minimum 3 points taken, minimum, there must be minimum 3 points taken, then those 3 points can be there on one line, or those 3 points may not be there on same line. If they lie on a same line, minimum 3 points, 3 or more. If I take 2 points, definitely they lie on one line. But if I have minimum 3 points or more than 3 points, and those 3 or more points lie on a same line, then they are called collinear. If they are not lying on a same line, then they are called non-collinear points. This is the meaning of a collinear, non-collinear. So points lie on the same line, but how many points here? How many points here? 3 or more. Very important. This 3 or more points lie on the same line are known as collinear points. 3 or more points lie on the same line are called collinear points. The points that don't lie on the same line are known as non-collinear points. 3 or more points that they do not lie on the same line are called non-collinear points. So example for collinear and example for non-collinear. Okay. This is one of the important point what we learned in our previous classes. We could revise. Now moving on to this 9th standard topic with the brief learning of what is an angle. Can you define me what is an angle? Anybody? What is an angle? You can type. What is an angle? Are you able to hear me, children? Are you
Yes,
there?
sir.
Yeah. What is an angle? An
Sir,
angle
it's
is
like
formed by two rays with a common end point. Angle is a figure formed by two rays with a common end point. We learned in our low classes angle as a figure. Angle is a figure formed by two rays with a common end point like this. Okay, socket. So remember here we have two rays. Which are the rays here we have? We have here,
Sir, A and B, sir.
yes, we have, let's say, ray OA, okay, and ray OB, and their common endpoint is O. Here, the angle formed between two rays with a common endpoint, this figure is referred as an angle, and remember this common endpoint is called vertex. The rays which are forming are called arms or sides. The angle formed by two rays, they are called arms or sides. And angle is always taken in anti-clockwise direction, and angle is always read in two ways. One, using single letter notation, where the angle is formed at which vertex or at which point, at common and point. That common point is used to say an angle. This is one way. When the angle is simple and single, when angle is simple and single, but when the angle is having more than one at one point, more than one angle, if I have like this, if I have more than one angle at this point only, here at vertex O, I have more angle, not one. I have angles, let's say one, I have another, I have third, like this. So such time, how to read? We will go for reading using three-letter notation. Vertex must be the center letter. One point on the one arm is taken on either sides. Okay, points on the arms will be taken on either side of that common vertex or common point, common endpoint of that arms. So this is how we read an angle. Angle is a figure formed by two rays with a common endpoint. Okay, then moving on to the another, the common endpoint is known as the vertex of the angle, and rays, the rays which are forming are called sides, sometimes as the legs and sometimes as the arms of the angle. Okay, this is how we call arms or sides or legs. Now moving on to the symbol. We denote angle by using this symbol. Okay, angle symbol it is. So if A is the vertex, the angle could be represented as angle A. If the O is the vertex, then the angle would be represented as angle O. Okay, three-letter notation also you know. Next, types of angles. Now, types of angles. What are the types of angles we have? You know, we have acute angle, okay, and angles are based on the 1 minute. I think participants, someone is waiting. Vinayak has come back, or 16 cadets are there. Yeah. Abhishek, I'll make you as a co-host.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. If someone is waiting, you can allow them. As the angle size is increased, it is termed with different names. Okay, acute angle, right angle, all those you have heard. Now let us see. Okay, so it depends on the size of the angle. Angles are named. Okay, first, acute angle. Acute angle is just an angle which is more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. Remember children, if there is angle just 0 degrees, okay, there is a one ray called OA and there is another ray falling on that only and without rotation, like you have seen a clock. In a clock we have,
360.
yes, we have normally the hands of the clock, small hand, bigger hand, and you know the seconds hand. See, if this one hand moves in clockwise direction and falls on the other hand, while moving, it moves in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. 2 participants are waiting in lobby. How to call them? How to invite them?
Sir, I invited them.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, see children, this hands moving. We have one way, this clockwise direction, but angles moves in anti-clockwise direction. So this is moving anti-clockwise direction. The times that it rotates, the angle that it produces, the one time fully it rotates means, then we call, one time it has completely rotated and came back here, then we call
Sir,
it has rotated. It has rotated for one full time means
360.
360 degrees. It has rotated for 360 degrees. And
Complete, sir.
yeah, complete angle. We call this as complete angle. Okay, complete angle. Suppose it did not rotate at all. It just one ray falling on another ray. Like a battery is removed and hand's clock is on the minute's hand. In a clock, hands that both are one over the other without battery. That is not rotated at all. That means it is 0 degree. Na? So when the angle is, we normally represent angle with the theta. Okay, theta. This is a Greek symbol theta. So if the angle is 0 degrees, it is called zero angle. Zero angle, and if it is completely rotated for once, it is 360 degrees. When angle is 360 degrees, then it is called complete angle. Okay, complete angle. So normally, can angle be more than 360 degrees? Yes. Minute's hand rotates for 360 degrees for 1 hour. If it is for moving another time, then next hour is starting. So we can have arms moving for more than 360 degrees, but angle will be seen as 360 degrees, suppose, plus something, 360 degrees plus, let's say, 60 degrees. That means it has 420 degrees, it has rotated. It looks like now this way. It has rotated full 360, then came here. Okay. So these 420 degrees is one rotation plus 60 degrees. You'll come to know all these things in trigonometry chapter of 11th standard, where in 10th standard we will learn between 0 to 360 degrees. Actually, in class 10th, you have got 0 to 90 degrees only. Normally, in class 11th, you will start 0 to 360 degrees and more than 360 also. Okay. So, in trigonometry, you will be learning all this. How angle can be more than 360 degrees. Let's move on. If angle is 0 degrees, we call it as zero angle. If angle is 360 degrees, it is called as complete angle. That much you know. In class 7th and all, you learned that. If an angle lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees, means it is more than 0, less than 90, then it is called an acute angle. Acute angle. Okay. Then this is an acute angle. Here angle X is
Sir, only
acute
0
angle.
degree.
Hmm?
Sir, only 0 degree means
Zero angle. If angle is equal to 0, then it is called zero angle. Z-E-R-O, zero angle. Okay, zero angle. Then, if angle is exactly 90 degrees, if angle is 90 degrees, then it is called right angle. Then it is called right angle. If angle is 90 degrees, right angle. And right angle is shown with this symbol. Normal angles are shown like corona, but whereas this one, right angle is shown like a one box. Okay. Then moving on to the here for right angle, there is one more word we normally call. If right angle is formed between two rays, then the rays are called perpendicular to each other. Then the rays are called perpendicular. If the angle formed between two rays is right angle, then the rays are called perpendicular to each other. This also you know. Then moving on to the another types of angles. If angle is more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, it is called obtuse angle. It is called obtuse angle. Angle Z is more than 90 but less than 180, such as 165 degrees. Then the other, when angle is exactly equal to 180 degrees, it is called straight angle. Why? Because it forms a straight line. See, if the angle between two rays, let's say OA and OB, both are forming a straight line like AB line. So this is a straight angle. So here angle S is a straight angle 180 degrees. If angle is more than 180 degrees, if angle is more than 180 degrees, then it is called reflex angle. If more than 180 but less than 360 degrees. If it is 360, you know it is called complete angle. If it is more than 180 but less than 360 degrees, it is called reflex. And reflex will be like this. Understood? It like angle outside, outer angle like that we watch. Okay. Here angle T is more than 180 but less than 360 degrees. It is reflex angle. Okay. Reflex. Then why it is called reflex? It looks like a, for this it is a reflex. Okay. But reflex in a not a mirror, it's something like a concave mirror, bigger type. Okay. Right now, objects seen in the concave mirror are broader. Am I right? In convex mirror, they look
smaller in convex mirror, sir, bigger in concave mirror.
correct, na? Bigger in concave mirror only, na?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In convex mirror, it looks smaller.
On weak, Sir,
Yeah, it looks smaller, but they are nearer. Correct na? In convex mirror, they look smaller and farer. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then
Yes,
moving
sir.
on to the next here, measurements of angle. Measurements of angle. Angles are measured in two ways. One is degree, another is radian. You are familiar with the degrees. This is the degree. You are watching na here. You are written some
Yes, sir.
top of it circle type. So they are degree measurement. So far you have learnt this degrees only. And there is another also. What is that another? It is radian also we have. What is this radian also we will understand. Okay. They both are unit of measurement of angles. They are unit of measurement of angles. What is the radian? Let us go for understanding radian. See, this is a unit of measure for angle where 1 radian is the angle made at the center of a circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of that circle. So arc length, if it is equal to the radius length of that circle, then the angle formed by an arc at the center is called a radian.
Sir, it will be 60 degree, na sir?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It may be less than 60 degrees
90
or
degrees.
more than. No, not necessarily. 90 won't
Sir,
be.
you can show by diagram, sir.
Yes, that's what I'm going to show you. Now, this is a circle. Okay. And here is the
Yes,
center.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
here is the radius.
Yes, sir.
And how much will be the radius? That much I am taking a. There is another radius, and that much only the arc length I have taken. This arc length may be little, that bent is there now. See, as you said, it is 60. If this length is equal to radius length, if this is equal, then this must be more na. It is more than radius na. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
If AB length is equal to OA or OB, because OA, OB both are equal, their radius. If AB length is equal to OA, then arc length of AB must be smaller or bigger? Bigger than AB. Sorry, excuse me. So it is bent na. That bent portion is bigger only na there. So arc length of AB is equal to OA means this AB length is not equal to OA. It is little less. So remember this portion
Sir, how you
is
took the second, sir?
which one?
Sir, A, sir. OA.
OA is a radius.
Sir,
Yes, no. After this, how you took OB, sir? You told me why some measurement, sir.
See, remember OB is I have taken after drawing a ray of after drawing an arc of length OA. OA length, that much arc I have drawn first here. It ends somewhere here.
Sir.
Then I join that. Understood?
sir,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
sir, circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r, na sir?
अच्छा, आप वैसा आ रहे? Okay. Actually, इससे उस तरफ
Then
आया हो. Pi
360
radians.
degree divided by 2 pi is equal to radian, it can become, na sir?
Correct. You are saying, see, actually pi radians is the ratio between circumference and diameter, or circumference to the 2 times radius. This is a special symbol given to this ratio. First they found ratio and they found it as not at all exact value. It is approaching value of somewhere 3.14 and so on. So to that they named it as pi. And that pi radians, in an angle wise it is a pi radians, but it is a ratio, it's a number here. Pi radians, it's a number here. It's one way number here. But whereas here in angles, it is another. What is that another? It's an angle. See, it is an angle between this OA and this OB. This is called 1 radian. 1 radian. Radians are shown with a cap of C, with the superscript of C, with the power type C. It's 1 radian. Okay. And remember this 180 degrees, the diameter forms a pi radians. Diameter forms a pi radians. That's how C by D is pi radian. Understood? The straight angle 180 degrees is called pi radians. 180 degrees is called pi radians. 360 degrees then 360 degrees 180 into 2 pi into 2. So 2 pi radians. 2 pi radians will be 360 degrees. Okay. But in class 11th, you will be learning only this way the meaning. Meaning of a radian is angle made at the center of any circle by an arc of length equal to the radius of that circle. Understood? Where OA length is equal to the arc. OA is a radius, length is equals to the arc AB. Arc AB length. Okay, OA, OB both are radius, their length is equals to the arc AB length. Then that angle formed. Then that length, when OB, OA radius are equal to the AB arc, then the angle formed between AOB, it is 1 radian. 1 radian. Am I clear? Put a thumbs up if radian is clear. I'm just bringing the terminologies related to the angle which will help you even in 10th and further in 11th. Okay. Though they are something like, it's always previous knowledge to be interlinked and the post knowledge also to be interlinked. In class 10th, you will feel very easy if this is all known to you. So radian is simple one of the unit of angle. Radian is also one of the unit of angle. What is the meaning of radian? I explained you. Okay. Then let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, degree. Degree. See children, very simple. Already you know, in a circle, if a rotation from the initial side to the terminal side, what is the meaning of? I explained you in a clock. Let's say here is the small hour's hand and I'll take a different color. Here is the minute's hand. In a minute's hand and hour's hand. So you know it is like this. Okay. Normal little bent will be there when the minutes hand comes here. See, this is the initial position of the minutes hand, and it won't remain. As the seconds hand makes one rotation, it just dials. It gets another terminal position. Another, after a minute, after hour, it goes here. So, initial side to the terminal side. Initial side to the terminal side. See, initial side to the terminal side, you could watch here. The minutes hand is rotating, and that minutes hand is making angle with itself. So, initial position of minutes hand, and when that one only, with only one hand, you will have angle getting produced. This is the initial position of a ray. After movement, it came here. So this is not there. But from the initial position to this terminal position, means next final position, you could see some angle formed. Same OA is moving from the initial position to terminal position, means next final position, or terminal means in between. It won't stop. It will be keep rotating now. So the angle is one way. The measure of that elevation, the measure of that elevation. So that measure of that elevation we represent in degrees. If it completely rotates and comes back to the initial position again, the same array rotates and comes back to the same initial position once again, then it is said that it has rotated 360 degrees. Now, 1 upon 360th position of that revolution we call as 1 degree. 1 upon 360th part is called 1 degree. If rotation from the initial side to the terminal side is 1 upon 360th part of revolution, the angle is said to have a measure of 1 degree. You know what is revolution? Revolution is full and complete turning and coming back to the initial position. Am I clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
So one
Yes, sir.
complete rotation is revolution. In that 1 by 360th part is called 1 degree. Remember children, degrees further are divided. Degrees are further divided. How they are divided? 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, so 1 degree is minutely further divided. 1 degree is very small, and that 1 degree is further minutely divided. And normally minutes are represented like this, where 1 minute is further divided into 60 seconds. We call seconds. So angle has also got parts. Okay, how 1 rupee is divided into 100 paise. Similarly, 1 degree is divided into 60 minutes, and 1 minute is further divided into 60 seconds. It's a measurement of angles. Okay, parts of angles. I'm going to show you that. A degree is divided into 60 minutes, and a minute is divided into 60 seconds. And don't get confused with a clock. In clock, it is different. Okay, it's an angle. Angle minutes, angle seconds. Okay, so 1/60th of a degree is called minute. 1/60th means 1 upon 60th portion of a degree. Okay, this way. 1 upon 60th portion of a degree is 1 minute. Okay, this way we will show. So 1 degree equals to 60 minutes, 1 minute is 60 seconds, and the relation between degrees and radians, this is a table. So 2 pi radians is 360 degrees, pi radian is 180 degrees, 1 radian is 180 by. It's something like a unitary method. Pi radians equals to 180 degrees means this 1 into pi. Pi, if it comes here, it does division. So 1 radian is 180 by pi times of degree. Okay. So it's a relation between radians and degrees. 2 pi radians 360 degrees. Pi radians 180 degrees. 1 radian is 180 by pi times of degree. Okay, that's how Chandru said na 180 by pi value is 3.142857, and what you take if you take 142 degree,
Sir, 57.27
yes,
by
57 degree, and in minutes it will come, not exactly 60 degrees. It is 57 degrees and some minutes and some seconds it will come. Okay, it's one of the important question in class 11 standard. 1 radian is in how many degrees, they will ask. Okay, if you divide 180 by 3.142, you will get 57 degree and some minutes and some seconds. Okay, so that is the relation between degrees and radians. So normally in trigonometry, angle is represented either in degrees or in radians. Sine 30 degrees, sine 45 degrees. Have you heard any time? Cos 30 degrees, cos 45 degrees, cos 60 degrees.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, force.
Sir, how we will read this, sir? Radiant, sir.
This is pi by 6 radians, pi by 4 radians, pi by 3, pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, pi, 2 pi. Okay, it's pi by 6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's written as pi, it's pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3 radians. Okay, radians. And
Sir, here pi is equal to 180, sir.
yeah, pi equals to 180. Tell me. So pi radians equals to 180 degrees. This is the relation between degrees and radians.
Sir, what will be 3 pi, sir?
What is 3 pi? 3 pi is 3 into 180 degrees. Okay, 3 into 180
Yes.
degrees.
Yes,
So
sir.
360 plus 180. So it's 540 degrees. Okay. Yeah. Then
Yes,
moving
sir.
on to the another congruence of angles. Very simple topic. I will complete with this today's class. Congruence of angles. Congruence, the word I have already said. Do you know what is the meaning of congruence?
Sir,
Equal, sir.
same.
Congruence of triangles. Yeah, congruence means
Sir, angle is equal to angle is same, sir.
equal. Congruence means having same shape, same size. Having same shape, same size. When do we call two angles congruent? I said congruent line segments. Congruent line segments. Now you think about congruence of angles. When do we call two angles as congruent? When
Sir,
two
the
angles are,
measure of angle is
yes,
equals.
when the measure of two angles is equal, then they are called congruence angles. Two angles are said to be congruent if they have same measure. Example, if angle A is 30 degrees and angle B is also 30 degrees, then angle A and angle B equal to each other, then we call they are congruent. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
we will learn complementary angles, supplementary angles in our day after tomorrow's class. Children, I have forgotten to tell you. See, I have got from our school 7 teachers are asked to take a course. The course is from 18th to 26th of this month, and our class will start at 1130 hours to 1430 hours. This is the timing of our class. Okay.
Of
So
your classes,
daily
sir,
we
yes, sir.
have, it's a CBSE.
Sir, please tell one more time.
What you are asking, child? This timings, huh? Or the concept? I'm not getting. Shrikant.
Yes,
Sir,
this
timing.
timing is for your class or for our class, sir.
See, my class. I have a training, British Council, BCE, British Council of Education, and CBSE together. They are conducting classes. They are conducting a training program for which.
Sir, free. Sir.
Pardon?
Sir, we should pay
Sir,
money,
at
sir.
what time our class will start, sir?
My class will start. See, for me, it is not for you. I have trainings from the 18th of this month to 26th of
teachers,
this
sir.
month, 1130 hours to 1430 hours, means 2:30 p.m. 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So I got completely engaged during that time. If at all I want to take class, I must take like 9:30 to
Sir,
Sir,
8:30 to 9:30, sir.
10:30
Sir,
during those
sir.
days.
Sir, 8:30 to 9:30, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. From 8:30 to
So,
9:30
Yeah,
every day.
so
sir,
this is the only time which I can take for you. Okay?
Sir, 8:30 to 9:30, sir.
See, 8:30 to 9:30, then I have to leave home early, or I have to do this and get ready, then go home. Yeah, anyways, see, but one thing I'll tell you, 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30. In this two timings, any time I can take. Is it clear to you now?
Sir, 8:30 to
Okay.
9:30 only,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
See, 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30, I cannot fix my timings, child, because I will
9
also
o'clock
have
to
a
10
lot of
o'clock.
engagement from my side. So I have to either plan and I have to inform you. I'll inform you early. Okay. If I am taking from 8:30, I will inform. If I am not taking 8:30 to 9:30, obviously I'll take